All right, we had a problem yesterday. I lost my Bulldogs hat. It was a disaster. I couldn't figure out what the heck I did with it. I looked everywhere. I finally found it this morning. I thought I was going to have to wear my Tampa Bay Rays hat that I used to wear for a long time. But anyways, we got over that. Title of today's video is Gardening is Cruel, Just Like Life. So I want to tell you a couple things that I've learned about gardening. And like I said, I'm no expert, but been researching a lot, and now I'm putting to practice what I've researched. And so just like when I was growing my peppers from seed, when you first start growing your peppers, you'll see these things sprout up and they'll start getting real gangly, and what you have to do is you actually have to pinch the top off, and that allows it to kind of bush out. It's the same thing on like a lot of trees. You have to top them so that you get a more bushier tree. Well, you can apply that to life. You'll be going along thinking everything's great, and then all of a sudden you'll have a major setback. And just consider that like a little bit of pruning, and it's going to strengthen you. Even seedlings, you're supposed to actually have a fan when they're growing, because that makes them a stronger stem, because they're having to fight against the fan. So don't think when you end up having a little bit of stress in your life that it's a bad thing. Actually, stress is a good thing. That's going to make you a stronger person. And there's always extremes. Excess stress can cause problems, and I'll be talking about that at another video. But another thing that happens, and this is about what I was talking about the other day, mergers, acquisitions, company failures, bankruptcies, those end up causing layoffs. People lose their homes, all kinds of things. And this is another thing that I notice in gardening. Even companies will sometimes grow so fast they outgrow their capacity of being able to maintain properly. And so they'll end up having to pare back and kind of go back to their roots. They'll spin off, other companies that they have to get back to their bare. So in this case, I'm kind of here at my beans. When you first plant beans, you don't know how many are going to come up, and so you plant them in a fairly close spacing. And this is per the recommendations you do. And this is tough, but they're growing too close together, and they can't support. You won't get proper roots. You'll end up with fungus problems, all kinds of things, if you don't thin them out. So a lot of plants are like this. So when they get about this tall, you unfortunately have to come in and you have to grab this thing like that, take it out. You have to go to that one, take it out. This is just like a company having a layoff. And boy, it's a tough thing, because they have to try to come up with some criteria. And don't be too hard on the bosses, because it's tough being a boss. And if you get caught up in the line, just be professional, and you're going to have to just figure it out. But this is another reason why financial literacy is so important. If you're just living paycheck to paycheck, this is going to be devastating. But if you were able to set aside a significant amount of money to be able to weather storms, and we have a lot of storms that are coming, you'll do much better. And I think you're just going to be a better person anyways, because it's just not going to, in fact, if you are doing all the right things financially, you're probably not going to be the one that gets picked off anyways. But things happen in life. So gardening is something that teaches you a little bit about life. I want you to constantly think about financial literacy, because most people don't. Like I said, everything you do is a financial decision, and sometimes things happen. We're going to even get into, levels of maturity when you all of a sudden own a house and you have a family, and the types of things you need to do to protect you. And I'll tell you some of the horror stories I've seen of some of my friends where they trying to save 30 bucks a paycheck and ended up being devastating to them, because they didn't get the basic insurance that was super inexpensive, and it ended up being catastrophic to their family finances. So, subject of another day. But I just want you to think about, life's lessons, that things are going to happen, and, no need to lash out, because it really does happen to almost everybody. Some people have more catastrophic things happen to them than others, but we all have trials and tribulations we have to weather. And just be professional about it. And if you plan for the rainy days, you're just going to do better. You're going to thrive. And just like in gardening, man, sometimes you can overwater, you can underwater. I mean, it's a delicate balance. Gardening is tough. Your life is along the same lines. You're going to have to figure it out. Just like I talked about cycles, your life is going to be like cycles. You're going to have highs, you're going to have some lows. But if you figure out the basic rules, the lows are going to be lower and the highs. I'm sorry, the lows won't be as low. And so you'll just thrive where other people will just be trying to survive. All right, well, this is going to be a little shorter video today, but I just wanted to get you to think about there's a lot to getting ahead in this world, but they're still just basic concepts. So I hope you're doing well. Remember, just do the best you can, and God bless.